afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. We are the Group 4 presenter, but first and foremost, let me introduce ourselves. I am Dr. Yusef Abdal.
And I am Rian Alboro. I am Shaira from Abdul Nancy. I am Samuel Usali.
And I'm Lloyd Locamiento.
And today, our group will be presenting a meta-analysis on the integration of information and communication technology, or ICT. In Germany, education system as technology becomes increasingly essential in every aspect of life. Its impact on education is profound. Germany, known for its structured, highly quality education, has been investing in ICT to ensure students are prepared for a digital future. In this presentation, we will discuss how ICT is transforming classrooms, its effects on students, and the challenges that remain. Our research is grounded in quantitative data gathered from several studies. We aim to explore how ICT affects learning outcomes in reading, mathematics, and science. We'll also examine barriers that prevent the effective integration of technology in classrooms, particularly in underdeveloped areas, and offer recommendations on how to bridge the digital divide. So, the subtopic, ICT-based education in primary and secondary schools. So, our introduction, overview of ICT in education globally and its relevance in modern learning environments. Brief focus on Germany's education system and increased role of ICT. Next, research question. We studied our meta-analysis around 4 main objectives. First, we look at the impact of ICT on students' becomes in key subjects, reading, mathematics, and science. These areas were chosen because they are fundamental to well-rounded education and reflect how technology is shaping traditional learning. Next, we explored the barriers that limit the effectiveness of ICT in some schools, such as inadequate access to resources and teacher preparedness. Finally, we wanted to assess the role of regional policies and propose strategies for improving ICT integration across Germany. How does ICT impact teaching and learning in Germany, primary and secondary schools? What are the main barriers to effective ICT integration? What policies influence ICT implementation in Germany schools? What strategies can improve ICT integration?
Methodology. To conduct our analysis, we reviewed numerous studies related to ICT in education. We specifically choose studies that focuses on primary and secondary education in Germany and centered on reading, mathematics, and science. Each of these studies provided quantitative data which allowed us to compare the impact of ICT across different learning areas. By using a meta-analysis approach, we were able to aggregate findings from various sources. This means we didn't rely on a single study, but rather compiled data from multiple studies to provide a broader understanding of how ICT is influencing education in Germany. Key findings. One of our key findings was in the area of reading. The studies consistently showed that ICT improved reading comprehension. Students, particularly those who struggled with traditional methods, greatly benefited from interactive digital platforms. Features like audio support, instant feedback, and visual aids help them engage with the material form more effectively. These tools made readings a more dynamic experience. For instance, students could listen to passage while reading alone, and they received immediate feedback on quizzes like help them track their progress and stay motivated. The result was a significant improvement in both comprehension and retention. Meta-analysis of 15 to 20 research studies on ICT in Germany's education. Studies selected from peer-reviewed journals and government reports. Focus on primary and secondary education. Let's proceed to the data analysis. In mathematics, the results were more mixed. While ICT was effective in supporting basic skills practice, many of the digital tools available were not designed to promote a deeper understanding of mathematical concepts. Most of the tools used focus on rote learning and repetitive drills. This highlights a gap in how ICT is used in math education. While technology is great for building foundational skills, it needs to evolve to support higher order thinking such as in problem solving and critical analysis. There's a need for more innovative and interactive tools that go beyond drills and really engage students in complex problem solving. Science, on the other hand, showed a lot of promise with use of ICT. Tools like virtual labs and simulations significantly increase student engagement. These tools allow students to perform experiments in a virtual environment, giving them the opportunity to explore scientific concepts in a ways that a traditional classroom can't always offer. For example, students could simulate chemical reactions or physical experiments without the limitation of physical resources. These not only made learning more fun but also provide a deeper understanding of scientific concepts by visualizing them in real time. Include a table summarizing key findings from one or two authors.
The next one is the barriers to ICT integration. Despite the many benefits, our research also revealed significant barriers to ICT integration. One major challenge is an unequal access to technology, especially in rural schools. While urban schools tend to have better resources, rural areas often struggle with outdated technology or limited internet access. Another key issue is teacher training. Many educators feel unprepared to use ICT effectively in their classrooms. They lack the support and training necessary to incorporate these tools into their teaching practices, which can result in underutilization of ICT or its use in ways that don't fully enhance learning. So our data analysis is pulled together key studies from Newman and Fishers and Beck and Schusters. We analyzed their findings and noted significant trends in reading, mathematics, and science. Newman and Fisher showed that reading comprehensions it greatly improved through the use of digital platforms. On the other hand, Beck and Schuster highlighted the while science benefited from ICT through simulation and virtual labs, the result in maths were less promising. ICT in math tended to focus too much on repetitions and practice rather than promoting deep conceptual learning. Overall, these findings reflect that ICT can make positive impact on education, but it needs to be better implemented, particularly in math, where innovation and teaching tools is still lacking. So this is our table. So the author, Beck and Schuster, 2020, study focused the ICT and inequality. So while the SOP interviews surveys, variables, socioeconomic status, school, location, access to ICT tools, while the results, unequal access to ICT in urban versus rural schools. While the Newman and Fisher 2021 study focused ICT in reading comprehensions, SOP, classroom observation, variables, reading scores before and after ICT use, and then the results, improved comprehensions, scores in classes using digital tools. That's it.
impact of ICT. So, based on our findings, we have three main recommendations. First, teacher training program should be expanded to include more comprehensive ICT training. This would ensure that education feels confident and prepared to integrate technology into their classroom. Second, there needs to be a national effort to provide equitable access to ICT, especially in rural areas. Schools should be equipped with same technological resources regardless of location to ensure that all students have equal opportunity to benefit from ICT. And finally, we recommend the development of more interactive tools for math education. These tools should move beyond simple drills and focus on fostering higher order thinking, such as problem solving and conceptual understanding, which is currently lacking. So, at conclusion, ICT has great potential to enhance education in Germany, particularly in reading and science. Through digital platforms and virtual labs, students are able to engage with material in ways that traditional methods don't allow. However, significant challenges still exist. Unequal access to technology, especially in rural areas. The lack of sufficient teacher training are major barriers. Addressing these issues is essential if Germany is fully leverage the potential of ICT in education. Moving forward, we hope that our recommendations will help to bridge the gap and ensure that all students benefit from the transformative power of technology in the classroom. Thank you.
And for our references, in presenting the references, we highlight the credibility and diversity of sources that have shaped our meta-analysis. The studies included are peer-reviewed and provide quantitative data on the effect of ICT in German schools, focusing on academic performance in reading, math, and science. For example, the Newman and Fisher 2021 showed a 20% of improvement in reading and science comprehension through digital tools, while Beck and Scoster 2020 found a 20% performance increase in rural schools due to better access to ICT. We also use international reports such as those from OECD 2021 and Eurydice Network 2020 to place our findings in a global context. Our references also include real-time statistical data from Statista 2023, helping quantify regional disparities on ICT access, such as 12% gap between urban and rural schools. By grounding our findings in these well-researched sources, we ensure the credibility and reliability of our meta-analysis, providing a solid foundation of our conclusion and recommendations. Thank you.